Let's turn our attention now to a consumer first alert that will empower scam victims. Don't be ashamed. That's the message from a fraud prevention expert trying to empower victims as they issue an urgent warning to protect yourself from a scam that could drain your bank account. Tammy Elliott joins us, as she always does on Fridays, to preview her consumer first alerts. So what's the shift in mindset here? When did this start? We always hear about warning victims. Now they're trying to empower victims.
Absolutely. This is AARP, the organization, and it's coming out of a survey that they did recently that found an increasing number. The majority of people in their survey are worried about scams, worried about becoming a victim, and worried that they won't be able to recover their money. And really, the amount of people who aren't reporting this. So the FTC just came out with some new numbers from last year, $10 billion lost to fraud. So people losing, this is an enormous amount, a record amount of money. And AARP, the woman that I spoke with, she is their fraud prevention programs expert. She believes that it could be 10 times that amount because fraud and scams are so underreported. People are embarrassed about it, and a lot of them just don't come forward.
All right, AARP, retired people, we've talked a lot about how older people are targets of scammers. Maybe they're not as familiar with technology, all those kinds of things make them a target. But is there a particular scam right now that they're concerned about? I
asked her that, and she said right now the scam that concerns her most is the bank fraud scam. So this is where you're either called by appearing to be your bank or getting a text message that looks like it's from your bank, and people are losing a massive amount of money. In some cases, their bank accounts are getting drained. They think that it's an urgent warning telling them that there's fraud or that there's something going on with their account, and they believe it. And that urgency makes them respond to the phone number that's in the text message, the phone number or the phone call that's coming in, or it's in the email, and it's not. It's a scammer. And she said people have got to realize that they can't respond to these text messages.
Don't respond to that. Call your bank.
And we talk about that all the time, right, in our reports. And she said this is one of the reasons we need to talk more about this, is because there are still people out there who don't realize this and who are falling to this pressure, they're making it believable.
Any good news come out of this survey?
Some good news that came out of it. Yes, definitely. Good news is that people are aware. She said where it used to be about 5 years ago, most victims, most people were believing that, oh, this isn't going to happen to me. It's, an older person who, as you just said, right,
AARP,
don't have the technology. That's not the case anymore. People are more aware of this, and they are talking about it, but again, she wants people to report it, because even you might not realize it right now, maybe down the road, that your money could be recovered if they can track down these criminals. Emphasis on that. These are criminals.
All right, Tammy, thanks so much. We look forward to that coming up tonight on Action 2 News at 5.